From divine kings to tinker kings, how rulership lost the will of God. Introduction. Throughout history, kings weren't just rulers. They were seen as divine beings, embodiments of cosmic order. From Egypt to Babylon, from Persia to Rome, kingship itself was sacred. But today, our leaders are no longer gods or even godlike. They're bureaucrats, bankers, or politicians. So what happened? Why did divine ancestry give way to what we might call the tinker kings of today? Part 1. The Age of Divine Kingship. In the ancient world, kingship was cosmic. In Egypt, pharaohs upheld Ma'at, the principle of truth, justice, and harmony. In Persia, kings ruled through asha, the divine order of Zoroastrianism. In Mesopotamia, the Sumerian king list declared that kingship was lowered from heaven. And in the Bible, figures like Nimrod and the giants of old carried the traits of nephilim, 6 fingers, enormous strength, symbols of otherworldly heritage. These rulers weren't just politicians, they were seen as literal children of gods, or beings of mixed divine and human blood. Their job was to tinker with laws, or their job was not to tinker with laws or budgets. It was to keep the universe itself in balance. Part 2, the shift to Abrahamic kingship. But with their eyes of Abrahamic faith, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the model of kingship changed. Kings were no longer the sons of gods. They became servants of the one God. Instead of embodying divine order, they were expected to obey divine law. Instead of being the image of truth, they had to be anointed by priests, prophets, or the church. This created a new system. Kingship wasn't cosmic anymore. It was a theological authority, was externalized. Priests and clerics now claimed the power to legitimize rulers. Kings became proxies, not embodiments. Part 3, Rise of the Tinker Kings. Over time, this shift hollowed out kingship. In medieval Europe, the divine right of kings said rulers were chosen by God, but only so long as the church approved. In Islam, caliphs and sultans fought for legitimacy, not by embodying cosmic order, but by citing secession, law, or conquest. And by the Crusades, even merchants and bankers were shaping who wore the crown. What we got where I call the tinker kings, rulers who do not channel the divine. They just tinker with laws, taxes, and deals. Their power comes not from heaven, but from priests, financiers, or armies. Part 4, Why Divine Kingship Better Reflected Asha. In Zoroastrianism, asha means truth, order, the will of God in the cosmos. Ancient divine kingship aimed to embody asha. When famine or invasion struck, it meant the king had fallen out of alignment with cosmic law. But today's rulers, they answer to no cosmic standard. Their measure of success is wealth, power, or popularity, not divine harmony. That's why divine kingship appears stronger, superior, more sacred. Those rulers were born to embody the will of God. Modern rulers only manage it, or worse, pretend to. In conclusion, so where does this leave us? Once rulers were divine intermediaries, guardians of Asha, Ma'at, and Logos. Today rulers are tinkers, managers of systems, not manifestations of truth. The fall from divine ancestry to tinker kingship isn't just political history, it's spiritual decline. And maybe that's why our world feels so out of balance today. Call to action. If you found this exploration of kingship and the will of God interesting, give this video a like, share it with someone who loves history and spirituality, and subscribe for more deep dives into ancient wisdom and hidden truths. Until next time, seek order, seek truth, and remember, real kings embody Asha.